Yo, what's up YouTube? This your boy Cheney live coming at y'all with another vlog again. This particular vlog y'all, is going to be it's definitely a good topic, definitely something that needs to be touched on. This particular vlog, we're going to talk about sexual energy. We're going to talk about sexual energy. The reason why I brought this up is because based on the way society is, I know I always start off like that, but we got to use the common general public and population as an example to everything. Okay, sex has been dummied down to the lowest frequency or thought or idea that you could even imagine. You know, it's people promoting sex like it's almost like it's nothing, like it's just, oh, it's just sex, it's no big deal. You know, it's forever, it's easily accessible, it's for everyone. You can expose yourself however you want, you can dress how you want, you can wear what you want, you can act how you want, you can sleep with as many people as you want, you can have as many kids as you want, you can just pretty much do whatever you want. Okay, I mean, that's pretty much what's happening. But let's go back. Let's just go back to history. I don't know what your religious beliefs is, and this is not about religion or things of that nature. But based on my understanding of, you know, people, mankind, you know, one of our main purposes on earth is to come together, be fruitful, and multiply. You know, it seems like that's the main purpose of our DNA, our genes, our existence is about creating more of humanity and spreading more of humanity. Okay, now if you think of it from that perspective, it's not something that's simple. It's not something you could just throw around like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's a purpose. Like sex has a purpose. You know what I mean? And outside of that, what we really need to realize is that our ability to control our sexual feelings and our sexual emotions and our sexual arousals, okay, it allows us to become a greater, it just allows us to become greater as a human being, as a person. Okay, a lot of people don't realize this, but the same energy that comes, our sexual energy, this is the same energy that allows us to be creative with our arts, talents, abilities. It's the same energy that allows us to communicate properly, not just properly, but on an advanced level. It's the energy that gives us a certain amount of self-discipline, self-respect, self-care. So with this being said, with our ability to control our sexual desires, our sexual energy, even for men, our seed, okay, it puts us in a position of power. It elevates us to levels that we would not be able to elevate to. I'll give you an example. Back in history, when soldiers would go to war, when it was time to go to war, there was a certain amount of time before it was time to leave and go to war and leave our families that soldiers were required not to have sex. Because by them not having sex and by them retaining their seed and their sexual energy, it made them more capable and effective when it came to physically, mentally, and emotionally participating in combat. Now we say, oh man, Cheney Live, what is you talking about? That's way back in the day. That's way back in the day. That's like 300 and them, you know? That's like in the daggone Roman Empire. Y'all, you know, that's way back in the day. All right, let's bring it to today. All right, let's talk about boxers. Let's talk about heavyweight champions. Let's talk about middleweight champions. Let's talk about all the champions, you know what I'm saying? That box, you know? They train hard. They run 7 to 10 miles. They train hard. How do you think they can run 7 to 10 miles? You know? How do you think they can do that? I'll tell you one thing. It's probably multiple things. It takes some conditioning and exercise and practice and development, but it also takes a certain level of controlling your sexual experiences. Boxers, when they're in training, they can't have sex. They are required not to have sex. They are asked not to have sex. Now, this has been a part of boxing since as long as I've been around. And you wonder why. Because by you retaining your sexual energy, that same energy and that sperm and stuff that's in you, it comes up through here instead of going out through your vessel, your canal, and to be politically correct for the sake of YouTube. Those things go up this way. They go into your mind. They spread throughout your body, and they give you a substantial amount of strength, energy, stamina, brilliance, mental capabilities, and all of that. It's like it gives you power everywhere else in your body other than that one part that you're using, that you would use for sexual pleasures. Another reference, just so you know, Will Cheney Live. Just because boxers don't do it, just because they didn't do it back in the day, how do we know? I mean, that's just two references. I'm gonna give you another reference. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, he even explains how retaining your sexual energy allows you to use that same power and that same force that you have sexually to influence people, to make positive business moves, to make great financial decisions, and to become financially and just successful in general. Successful. Retaining your sexual energy makes you successful. Now, if you have a wife, if you have a wife, that's fine. If you have a husband, that's fine. You have sex with your spouse, that is not necessarily gonna hurt anything. It's these extracurricular activities, okay, that's just destroying everything. porn, masturbation, fornication outside of whoever you're with. You only need to have sex with one person. When that person is not available to have sex, or they tired, that's perfect, because you are concealing that energy. Okay? At one point, I used to get mad. I'm like, well, you don't want to have sex with me? You know what I'm saying? But you mature. You know, a lot of people, young people, y'all just experiencing your bodies. When boys and girls, teens, men and women, y'all experiencing your bodies. They're like, this feel good, that feel good, this feel good, that feel good. Chill, save it, because this was gonna happen. You're gonna expose yourself, okay? And you're going to you're gonna actively express your sexual energy with yourself, or sometimes you'll be so desperate to express yourself sexually that you'll express it with somebody you don't even like, care about, or not even attracted to in some cases. You just trying to get your sexual energy out. What's going to happen is, when you finally do come across the person that you really like, that you really are attracted to and you really want to be with, when it's time for you to express yourself sexually, you're not going to have nothing in there to express. It's gonna be your absolute worst performance ever, because you have abused and you have dummied down, drained, and exploited the sexual energy that you were blessed to have. It's better for you to just not touch it. Don't let nobody else touch it. If they ain't the one if they not the one, like, this is the one that is ready, that it should be touching this thing. If you don't feel like that, like, this is the one, this is the moment I've been waiting for. If you don't feel like that, save it. Keep it in your body. Let it, use it for school. Use it for physical training. Use it for strategic planning. Use it for building your success, building your finances. Use all that sexual energy for all of the great things that you really need to be focused on. And when the time comes, when the right person comes, then you will be completely ready. You will be so ready, like, this person will be like, oh my goodness, you got your shit together. You're gonna be like, that's right, I do got it together. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be a situation where you like, well, I don't know what's wrong with, I don't know why he acting like that. He was okay yesterday when I was there messing with him. That's the problem. That's the problem. Use your sexual energy to your advantage, to elevate yourself, to be successful. It doesn't just work for sex. It works for all different aspects. That same energy works for all different aspects of your life. But we don't know that, so we just like, it feel good, it feel good, it feel good. It do more than feel good. It makes good things happen if you use it properly. This is the last example, y'all, and Cheney Live is out of here. Mike Tyson, my man, boom, one of the best heavyweights in the world. Got to experience Mike Tyson, got to see him, his growth. You know, I was a little, I was just a little lad, you know what I'm saying? But I got to experience and see some of Mike Tyson's greatness as it happened, okay? Mike Tyson was undefeated, man. And he mentioned the night he finally lost his championship, The night he finally lost his title, his world title that nobody could take from him, he said that he was having sex, okay? The night before, the week before, he said his mind was somewhere else. He was stressed out because his coach died. But he was having sex where normally he wouldn't have sex. Like when he was living with Costamato and all of them, he wasn't having sex. Again, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little under the weather. I mentioned that in the last vlog. I'm getting better though. Thank you for your concern. We want to keep it going. Now, Mike Tyson, when he was living with Costamato, it was nobody to have sex with. He was in the wilderness. He was in the jungle. He was in the woods. He was in the burbs, okay? All he could do is train. That's what made him so great, okay? He kept that same momentum throughout his whole career. When it was time for training, no sex, okay? This particular time, when Costamato died, he didn't have somebody to tell him, like, look, don't be having no sex. Don't be doing this. We gotta train. We gotta train. We got work to do. When he died, Mike Tyson started doing his own thing. He was having sex before the fight, and he lost his heavyweight championship belt, man. He got knocked. Not only did he lose it, he got knocked out, bro, which was incredible, which was unheard of, which was unbelievable, which shouldn't have never happened. This is how powerful your sexual energy is, y'all. And I promise you, if you conceal it, it's no such thing as erectile dysfunctional disorder, man. It's really no such thing. If you consume and if you control and transmute your sexual energy, man. If you are using your sexual energy properly, there is no such thing as erectile dysfunctional disorder. So, yo, as for men, for women, there's no such thing as I don't like men or I'm losing interest in men. There's no such thing as that if you're not abusing your sexual, you will love men, okay, if you consume and control and transmute your sexual energy. It won't be a question if you love men anymore, okay? This your boy Cheney Live, y'all. Very good information. Please apply these things to your life. I appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for stopping by, for subscribing. But more important than that, we're going to continue with these vlogs. Please subscribe, and I will see you on the next vlog.